What's going on, everybody? We got a beautiful sunset, we got a beautiful bike dealership, we got a beautiful Suzuki GSX-S 1000. This is a Chaseontwowheels first ride, and I'm excited. The more I ride these bikes, the more I end up liking these naked bikes. This one should be a really good time. Let us get straight into it. Alrighty, 2015 GSX-S 1000. You can see it right here. Got the badging. Zen neutral. I've read about this bike. It's in neutral. You guys see on every Suzuki I ride, I have to pull the clutch in all the way down. If it's not all the way down, it will not crank up. I've read something interesting. Watch. Oh, snap. I don't have to pull the clutch in. Oh my God, I'm excited. Oh man. So we're gonna let the bike warm up for a second. So guys, this is Suzuki's naked version. There's a fair version. It's a GSX-S 1000F. F stands for fairings, I assume. But this is the naked version. It's their 1000cc super naked bike. You guys know how I feel about the FZ09. I freaking love that thing. This one should be just as fun. It's gonna be a little chilly. It's January. There's gonna be a lot of wind coming in, but I'm excited. This does have traction control on it as well. It's got a good sound too. Stock exhaust. This bike actually sits up a little higher than something like a Gixxer 750 or something, which is surprising. You would think a sport bike would sit low or sit higher, but this bike is actually higher. The seat height. My leg's bent. It's good for shorter people, but it's not as good as something like a Gixxer 750. So it's pass and then brights are up top. Cool. Got a mode selector. What kind of modes we got? Oh, that's so easy. Okay, look. I hit select and traction control gets a bar, and then I can dictate the traction control. I hit select again, it's off. See? Why can't things always be easy like that? How does where's the shifter at? It's a little low, but it's fine. Alrighty. Ooh. I like the sound of this bike. The seat's a little harder than I expected, actually, but it's still really comfortable. I am way more upright than I wanted. Oh my good Lord. Not even going, I've got torque. So this is going to be in competition with things like the Kawasaki Z800. I assume it's probably close to an FZ09. I personally categorize them in the same grouping, those super naked-y bikes. I feel like this is going to be a fantastic bike for around town. That's what I kind of envision this bike to be good at. It has the K5 to K8 Gixxer 1000 engine in it. I've never owned a Gixxer, but from what I've read, the Gixxer K8 engine is supposed to be like the most amazing engine ever that was in a Gixxer. So I feel like a lot of people are going to really enjoy that. I don't know really how you're going to see that in this bike, but oh my good. When I was moving the bike around, I felt really like it was bottom heavy, but when I'm going, I don't really feel like that. It gets light once it gets going. It's not like something like the Diavel, the Ducati Diavel. When I was going low speed with it, I felt like I couldn't move anywhere. Like it felt like a whale of a bike. This one doesn't feel like that. It just feels a little bottom heavy when you're not moving. But once you get going, it's fine. Oh, we got a gear indicator too. That's always nice. Oh, wow. Okay, we got a little stronger engine braking than I expected. Wow, good Lord. This bike has got torque instantly. It is just one of those vehicles, man, with instant torque. Like you pull the throttle and you get thrown back. That's one thing I love. I absolutely love about these naked bikes. They just have the usable power right there in it. It's not like some of those super sports where you have to, the power is just hidden up. I love these type of bikes, man. The wind is ridiculous, but I mean, I think it's a windy day as well, but that's to be expected when you don't have any shields. I'm sure they're gonna come out with some type of small aftermarket windscreen that you can just pop on here. There's 2 screws up there that you could very easily add to. Yeah, see, moving around right here, just side to side without moving, it feels like a heavy bike. It loses that once you get going, but it definitely feels like a heavier bike. God, from the get-go, Lord, literally from 0, it's pushing me back, and I'm not even throttling up that hard. This bike also comes with ABS and traction control, which is going to help you out in those situations. Obviously, if you're a hardcore rider, you might want to turn some of that stuff off, which you obviously can. So much freaking, oh my God. I'll admit, when I was younger and I would ride, I was like, oh my God, my top speed, that's the most fun. No, dude, torque. Torque, feeling your butt fly to the back of a seat just when you give it a little bit of throttle, oh my God, it's amazing. When I turn, I feel like I got to push it a little bit. It's not falling over like, you know, something like a Honda CBR. But those bikes fall over. Like you start leaning them and they just lean over. Wow, that rear brake is really low. I feel like my foot's almost pointed straight down. That's not great, but whatever. Wow, can we shift? The shifting is all of a sudden like getting hard to do, and it reminds me of the Gixxer 750. Maybe it was just first then, because that one felt okay. I don't know, that was weird. The shifting felt kind of crap. Leaning over isn't the most amazing thing on this bike, but it's not horrible, it's not bad. It's definitely got the torque for days, but wow, you gotta be careful with something like this. Wait, I've got the traction control off? Let's change that. The traction control's like, no, I will not be on. Okay, so yeah, traction control just wouldn't let me change it while going. That's all it was. It's like, you have to stop. You must stop. I'm digging the engine sound. Can you guys hear it? Maybe that's what they were talking about, the K8 engine, because it's got some like, listen. Guys, this is one of those bikes that I highly, I have to say, with everything in my being, please do not get one of these bikes if you are new to riding. This bike has a lot of power and you can get messed up really quick. Yeah, the shifting didn't feel bad then. For some reason when I was going, let's see if the shifter does it again. There seems to be a little bit of lag in the throttle, especially after shifting, and then once I get back on the throttle, I feel like I start giving it some throttle. But then there's like a momentary, oh my God, the Leaf just hit me in the face. What the hell, Leaf? God, and I'm not talking about Nissan. Yeah, this bike feels like it has a ton of power. I just wish it like was a little more nimbly, you know. I think I said on the first start a little while back ago, I used the word nimbility. I would like to see this bike have a little more nimbility, you know, throwing it back and forth. I will say, holding it with my legs, it feels real thin. I don't know if that's realistic or not, but it just feels like that. Engine braking's not, it's not messing around with engine braking also. Which is another thing I wouldn't want somebody that's new to get this bike and like, oh, engine braking, hell yeah. I want to get this bike to 10,000 RPMs because I want to find out what that arrow means. Whee! Woo. My butt just lifted off the seat. That was awesome. Yeah, it's still got that crappy gearing where the gearing isn't crappy, but like when you shift, you feel like you're punching the engine with like your foot or something. It's just not smooth at all. Fourth gear going 50. Let's see what a pull feels like. Okay. Oh, engine braking feels smooth at speed. I love the seat. The seat that I'm sitting on is literally, I think they shaped my butt to make this seat, because my butt is fitting perfectly. I'm sitting at the very back of the seat, and it's cupped really well. I know that sounds stupid, but when you're gonna be on a bike, especially when you buy a bike like this, I feel like that's your one bike. You can do everything on that. I don't know if I want to really take this to the mountains, but you can, like going around town, especially when you like throttle up, you're gonna need something to stop you from flying off the back of the bike, and this seat does a fantastic job. Wind is atrocious. I love the sound of this bike. Woohoo! I think the traction control just stepped in. Whoops! Alright, my bad. Yeah, I'm up at about 5,000, and I feel like there's not as much power. The power range is definitely like the... I mean, it's there. The power is available, but it's really strong off the bat. It's not like you lose power up top, but the power, the real good power area, the power band, I feel is much lower on this bike. All right, let's see if I can flick this bike around as fast as I did the GSX-R 750. Nope, couldn't. Now, okay, this is a perfect example. Earlier today, I rode the GSX-R 750, and I did a U-turn right here in this street. This bike, which is something you would expect to be more nimble, was not. And it could be the way, I mean, it's just the confidence inspiring that the bike gives you. The bike doesn't feel as nimble. I'm not saying the turning radius on this bike is smaller or anything. God, it wants to eat children. I'm a child. Don't eat me. Oh my God. Okie dokie. Artichokey. Dude, I'm scared in first gear. Traction control's like, no! No! Yeah, guys, you gotta be careful. If you ride a bike like this, it has a lot of power, and you just have to know that coming into it, because the front wheel just is not really happy staying on the ground. Not as bad as the F-09. The F-09 was freaking horrible in a good way, but this bike isn't much better. If I got a bike like this, I would definitely need to get like a windscreen if I was gonna be riding it like anywhere other than around town. Because we're in early January right now. We're in Georgia, so it doesn't get too cold, but I think it's about 35 degrees today. And I'm getting chilly with this without any protection in front of me. Am I in second? God, shift. Oh, I'm literally like racking my own nuts doing that. Because it has so much power, it throws you back, and then it has so much engine braking that if you let off the throttle, you just like fly forward. Let's put traction control off and see what kind of shenanigans we can get into. But first, we have to go to the beautiful, majestic car wash of First Ride-Dom. Ooh, with a sunset, I like it. So guys, we gotta get the awesome car wash that we always go to in the first rides here at Lithia Springs. Alrighty, let's get her in neutral. Calm down, bike. No, neutral. Yeah, God, these gears, man. Alright, we have here, I'm gonna avoid that giant thing. We have here in front of us a GSX-S 1000. That is one of the hardest names of a motorcycle to say, but engine, crazy. Handling, I love the tail. Check the tail out. Look at that. Everything just works. I will say that this piece kind of feels like a Bandit, just like a big old fairing piece. Not really a fan of that. A fan of this though, this sharp thing in the back. I rode a GSX-S 750. Wasn't a fan of that bike at all. I like this one a lot more. That bike didn't feel complete, but this bike with the lower fairing down here and the Brembo brakes, the ABS, the traction control, it helps out a lot. Got that little Mountain Motorsports decal. Oh, got it. Oh. Okay, just don't worry about that. Take these little fangs out too with the headlight. I'm not gonna trip and fall, right? It's a pretty dope bike, man. I wish it had better handling because it kind of feels eh. Let's crank it up and give it a rev. I do want to remind you guys, check out Chaseontwowheels.com. I'm gonna give you guys a rev, but I'm going to pull out my nice audio recorder and get a really good audio clip for you guys. So if you want to hear the bike, how it actually sounds, go check it out on Chaseontwowheels.com. I do a blog post for every first ride, and I include a rev and a lot of high-definition pictures and a small little type-up of the actual bike. So go check that out. Link in the description. Let's rev this thing out. Oh, look, I don't have to clutch it. Oh, my God, the most amazing thing of this bike, period. All right, this is a stock exhaust with a K8 engine. That's what it sounds like, idling. It's shaking the passenger peg, watch. The passenger peg's like, oh no! Alright guys, I'm gonna go take some really pretty pictures of this bike, and we will be right back. Well, the sun is setting on this beautiful day with this beautiful bike. It's time to finish this first ride up. We would drive into the sun. I'm just kidding. We're going almost opposite of the sun. Not a Gixxer, a Gixxus. It is the Gixxus. A mirror test. I didn't look for cars. I'm going to use my mirrors. They worked. All right, guys. So I just messed with my GoPro, and I'm thinking the SD card is getting too cold. So I'm going to have to go ahead and end this video. I have to take this thing back right down the road to Mountain Motorsports. Those are the guys that let me borrow all these bikes to do first rides on. If you guys want to check Mountain Motorsports out, you can check out the link in the description. So to wrap the bike up, it's a little heavy. Like right now, without moving, it's a little heavy. The handling is not as good as I'd want it to be, and the shifting is kind of meh. That being said, it's freaking amazing engine. It has a butt ton of power. It like has way too much power. Wheelie monster for days. It's not my favorite Super Naked, but it's definitely my probably like number 2. That's actually where we're taking this bike, Mountain Motorsports. But anyways, guys, I've been Chase on Two Wheels. This has been the Chase on Two Wheels first ride with the Suzuki GSX-S 1000. See this bike as being a great around the towner. It's way more comfortable than the FZ09. Doesn't have as much torque. It's a totally different engine, so I don't expect it to have the same amount of torque. The FZ09, I feel like, has a more fun engine to use around town, but this one's freaking fantastic as well. If you want more torque, go with an FZ09. If you want a better, I think, all-around experience, this guy. I think I'm just really attached to the FZ09. That's why I say that. If I was really judging overall bike and I wasn't biased to really wanting the FZ09, I think I would pick this bike. I feel like this bike is... The logical side of me tells me that this bike is a better bike than the FZ09. If you guys want to see HD photos of the bike, a little write-up, my ratings of the bike, you can check it out on Chaseontwowheels.com. There will be a link in the description to check that out. If you guys want me to ride a specific bike, let me know on social medias like Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. That's where I look to find out what bikes you guys want me to ride. Alrighty, Mountain Motorsports, here's your bike. I know you wanted it back. Oh my God, debris in the turn. Alrighty guys, this is Mountain Motorsports Lithia Springs. They're the owners of the bike. They're the ones that the link in the description will take you to. And I've been Chase on Two Wheels. This has been a Seated Up First Ride. Let me know in the comments what you guys want me to ride next. And I will see you on the next one. Later! If I can get into neutral. Finally! I'm leaving the blinker on because I'm a boss.